All right, fellas. So we're here. No joke. The two members
Yes, sir.
right now. So, but how many members are in No Joke?
Actually, there's three members.
Originally.
Okay.
Yeah,
hmm
there's me, Hustle,
Me Smooth, and
and
then there's Real.
Okay.
Yeah,
So
That's the
why
fifth.
is Real MIA?
I want to say his life right now. You know what I mean? I think he just handling life. You know what I mean? And he just he kind of out of pocket. He ain't here right now. But whenever he ready, if he get back to where he want to jump in, there's no joke forever, so he can come back.
So does that slow your guys' creative process, being used to three members and now it's only two?
Nah. And then, like, on a side note that compares, like, No Joke it's a group,
Mm.
and then No Joke is a label.
Mm.
Now, so at the present moment, of course, Real always welcome in the group.
Okay.
The group, he a founding member of No Joke group. The label, it's the same thing, but it's totally different. They can't be the same entity.
Mm.
You feel me? So the label right now, the label on business. So who you see in front of the camera coming up soon, we got a lot of stuff coming up. We're going to start dropping the videos back to back, start dropping the songs back to back, start the content, start pushing it. And you'll be seeing not just us,
Okay.
but the people you do see will be people that's working,
Mm.
because a label's business.
Yeah.
A group can be family,
Right.
Got you.
but a label's business. So
That makes sense.
who you gonna see in front of the camera? That's gonna be who working.
Okay.
So that's what that's gonna be. You know what I'm saying? So if you don't see somebody, they not working right now. Now that don't mean they can't get to it.
Yeah.
But if you don't see them, that just mean they ain't working, because you can't pump nobody that ain't working.
Got you. So with that being said, how did No Joke come about? Like, how did it become No Joke?
I guess it started with me. I was writing poetry. I was just fresh out of high school.
Mm.
Yeah, I mean, but I wanted to get into rap. Yeah, I mean, but I didn't want to do it by myself because I was basically teaching myself how to rap,
Mhm.
and I had heard that Real was rapping. He was coming in and out of the hood a little bit. So I found out where he stayed. I went to his crib, and Smooth and another one of their little partners was over there, and basically that's when it began.
Like, and like, two-part answer once again, because the same reason. You got the group,
Mm-hmm.
you got the label. The group started with me and Real.
Okay.
We was out. I'm from South Carolina. I'm not from here, but we'll get into that later.
Yeah.
But I had moved out there and got stuck in the middle of, I didn't want to be there. And Real was one of the first cats that I met that I sort of was vibing with. You know what I'm saying? And at the time, I was sort of staying with him. My pops had kicked me out at 16 up here, and I didn't know nobody, so I was just in the streets. So Real was my partner. His mama had let me crash. So me and Real was over there writing raps, getting to it all the time, and I was just really running the streets. But that's how me and Elle had already bumped into each other a couple of times. In favorable situations. You know what I'm saying?
Street politics.
So we had already bumped into each other. I didn't even know he was trying to think about rapping, no. But Real was a spitter, and I gets it in. So me and Real was out there, and we the ones that came up with the No Joke as the group. But this cat like funding stuff sometimes. You know what I'm saying? So when he popped up, now you got to think. Now we super young. This when we was basically kids. I think he was the only one that was 18. The rest of us 17, 16 years old.
Okay.
So he popped up over there one night, and we was at the house doing what we do. Like No Joke got a vibe. You feel me? So we was doing what we was doing. We used to have a little gimmick called Crunk and Drunk with a little design, and that's what we did. We got Crunk and Drunk. Period. Every day. So he came over there, and that's what we was into. And he was like, "Man, I want to do the label." See, No Joke, the group formed with us, and he joined. No Joke, the label he started.
Once I jumped in the group, I started the label.
Yeah.
So the business aspect.
Yeah. Because you got to think, the rest of us was kids still, and he was a kid too. He was 18.
Look, it was crazy, man. I was just like, I'm gonna get this started. You know what I mean?
Yeah, something just woke him up.
I
And he just
hollered at
drove to
Bill.
the house and was like, "We should rap."
Yeah, like I said, like he said, No Joke is a vibe. You know what I mean? And I felt the vibe, and I was like, oh, we got to make this happen.
So, I mean, that was 16, 17, 18.
Yeah.
Years have passed. What is it like to be back in the studio together?
For me, it's great.
Mm-hmm.
I was excited. I was
Mhm.
excited that we was getting back in,
Yeah.
and just went to it, man. I mean, I love this guy. It's like my family. You know what I mean? So
Yeah,
it
and to me, it was damn near essential. Like,
Mm.
well, look, first of all, I was in that jail when I was younger, so I always was missing doing the music part. You know what I'm saying? So when I got out, I done touched a lot of music with a lot of different stuff underground since I've been home, man. You know what I'm saying? I ain't really get in the groove because I wasn't focused. But I done been on a lot of little things and a lot of cats really fuck with me. You know what I'm saying? So, but I done made a lot of good music, but it wasn't no joke music. No joke music, something different. You know what I'm saying? And y'all will see what's coming. But it's got that real vibe to it, man. It's something you can really ride to, something you can really, some people gonna feel. And that's why I hit the home and was like, bro, we got to.
yeah,
You know what I'm
that's
saying?
what I started out with. So I'm much more comfortable doing it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So with the years that have passed, is the interaction still the same, like the vibe, and then how has the content changed since then?
the interaction even better, fam.
Yeah, that's what I was just about to say. The
Like-
interaction's super great. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like,
Yeah, you know how the streets is and politics and life. So we had some times where we wasn't necessarily that close. And communication key.
Mm-hmm.
So over these last, years where we've been back building this, because don't think that because you see us today, we start building it today. That ain't how things work.
right.
So we've been working on this and building up on this for like 3-4 years straight already before we even started mentioning that we was doing something really
Right,
more
you know,
like,
you got to build a foundation.
Yeah.
you got to get
Before
something. Yeah.
you can take off with,
Yeah.
get it going up even
So we
more.
got,
So
we got,
that's what we've been doing.
so we got some concrete and some sewer pipes. You know what I'm saying? In there now. You know what I'm saying? So, you know what I'm saying? So once it started popping off, you will see that communication is key. And we talked out all the issues that we had. And most of them was just simple understandings because street motherfuckers don't understand.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right,
For real.
right.
You know what I'm saying?
Fuck with that.
So once we got around some issues and some misunderstandings and seen some of the shit that was swept under the rug that was keeping us blind and shit, you know what I'm saying? We went back to what we was and we started off as brothers.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it's just fucked up for them now and we focused.
Yeah.
Super focused.
Yeah, that label thing gonna do that.
I love that. So when you're approaching records together, right? Because working as a duo, what's the process? Are you picking beats out first? You each take them and write them separately? Are you guys meeting up in the studio writing together?
Let me get this one first. The answer is truly, and I love it too, because like, all right, he'll tell you when we first started off, like I say, no ego shit, but I've been cold at this shit for a long time, since a baby type shit. And Real was nasty as fuck too. When this cat came and was like, we're doing the label, this was our master P. He could rap, but he wasn't proficient yet. He didn't have that gloss on him. And we come from the era where we didn't help each other.
Yeah.
We don't do that ghostwriter shit.
Yeah.
If you hear a nasty verse from one of us, you know who wrote it. You know what I'm talking about, for real.
That's real.
So we put him through the ringer back in the day, fam. We ain't helping him at all, hardly, bro. We just threw him to the wolves, man. So some of the first albums, he was a little bit still getting his groove in. So that's one of the reasons we had to bring it back, because I'm going to let homie show y'all what he could have did the whole time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He said, yeah.
So my process, for me, I'll write between midnight and 5 in the morning. Yeah, because I got a lot going on during the day. I'm moving, phone going, kids, you know what I mean? All kind of stuff going on. But from 12 midnight to 5, everything's still. Nothing's going on. I can concentrate. I can focus. You see what I'm saying? So I write at that time. So, everybody else in the world is asleep. You know what I mean? So I'm doing a lot of writing by myself. Sometimes I find a beat. Sometimes I may come up with a hook first. Then take that to the producer. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then
If we're lucky, sometimes we can get together.
But most
Yeah,
times,
yeah.
it's like he was saying, he on his side, I'm on my side. I got the little practice studio at the house. I hit that motherfucker up when I can, tired or whatever the fuck, and get in there and bang out 4 or 5 good ones. Hit him up and like, hey, which one you like? And then he send me what he done worked on and shit, and we put that shit down and we see which one it is, then we grind that shit up like gumbo.
And shout out to Fizz for Straight Raw, because if I get an idea and I want to
Yeah,
just go,
he definitely shoot straight
I
over there.
shoot
Fizz.
straight
Shout out
over
Straight
there.
Raw. Straight Raw been fucking with No Joke since No Joke became No Joke. Dude was so young.
man, he was,
Hey, fam.
He was
Hey, man. He
like
been
high
fucking with No
school or
Joke,
something.
man. A lot of shit that we done did, man. Straight Raw was all in the middle of that, man. So we always gonna rep him like that. We're gonna drag him with us if we go somewhere. Yeah,
That's love.
yeah,
So you guys have been together for a while, start, stop, you know what I'm saying? Come back, seen success, fell off a little bit, hard
A
times,
lot of
good
bit.
times,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
what keeps them creative juices going, man? What keeps you guys hungry and motivated to keep creating?
For me, first of all, I just love to rap. You know what I mean? Like, it's only so long that you can see somebody in the game before you want to get in the game if you still can play. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You can't sit on the sideline
Oh,
and be a
knees still
coach, you
got a
know what I
couple
mean?
of.
And
Yeah.
or if you feel like you realize, oh, I got my bounce back. You want to get back out there, you know what I mean? And then on top of that,
We just never gave them what we could have gave them for numerous reasons. One, we was knuckleheads, man, and we couldn't stay focused on the business. We still not 1 foot, but both foot and a couple of knees and the hips still in the streets. Every time we was really pumping music and the city was on that no joke shit and motherfuckers stopping shows when we popped in, man, we was so dumb. We didn't never let the streets go, not one single time, man. So it took life to show us that just ain't where it's at.
Definitely.
You know what I'm saying? Like, we make hood music house. We connected.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? What we grew up on. Our parents ain't had shit and their parents ain't had shit. And if they did, we fucked it up somewhere along the line. And there ain't no inheritance issue. We got, we mud stirrers, fam. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
For real. I like to tell motherfuckers we didn't have much. We had dirt, poured the water ourselves. You know what I'm saying? For real. Cause so,
we need
you know
to
what I'm saying?
water and rain.
Yeah.
Use the rain, right?
Yeah. So, we just, the music gonna reflect that. But, we a lot more than that, too. You know what I'm saying? They gotta leave hip-hop cats along with that. You know what I'm saying? What we rap about shit like what we supposed to do. We're gonna rap about what we know. We're gonna rap about what we lived. And then let us live some more and we'll rap about some more shit.
Now that's real shit.
Yeah, let us free.
So, and as you age, you've lived a lot more, so there's way more to talk about, right?
Way more to talk about.
Yeah.
And that's gonna come with the music. We starting off with these first few songs gonna be for the fans we already got, baby.
So we definitely go with that no joke vibe.
The no joke vibe and the no joke vibe was always hood.
As we go on,
you're gonna get a lot of different things.
You're gonna get a lot of different content from us, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So one thing that I want to touch on a little bit is the narrative within hip hop that it's a young man's sport, right? And I feel like that's changing a little bit because now we're starting to see some of the greats that we grew up on becoming senior citizens, right? These guys are, grandkids, they're out here touring, 70-something years old, still touring, and no one said anything about, George Clinton when he's out here, Parliament and all these guys out here still getting it. So how do you guys feel starting back up right now where you guys are at? Kids going into college, graduating high school, you know what I'm saying? Like you're in a different place than when you first started. Like how do you feel about the game right now?
Man, look, I just do what I do. And I'm going to do it. Some people going to feel it, some people not going to feel it, you know what I mean? But the people that's vibing with us, we're going to take their wave and ride. You know what I mean? We're going to surf it. For sure. That's how
I feel like if you don't evolve, you die, right? So the answer different for different people. If you still sound like it's 1979 when you rapping, these youngsters ain't gonna feel you. And hip hop always gonna be for the youngsters. We can hold on to it, but motherfucker gotta have respect that shit is the streets, and the streets always gonna be young. You know what I'm saying? When you get old enough, you get too smart to be in them motherfuckers.
One of the reasons I'm back doing this is my daughter. That you just met. She came to me and hollered at me and told me
she wanted him to do the music again because she the only kid that wasn't alive when we was doing it. She wanted to see it. Yeah,
that's dope.
Yeah.
That's dope. Yeah. So I mean, with that being said, like you got all this energy, you guys are back to it, and you mentioned like you guys reconnected. So what broke up No Joke the label the first time?
I'm gonna let you start.
Oh shit! So honorable mention, jail. Because honorable mention, that wasn't the one that really put the serious pauses on things because it could have went different. But jail was always a problem with us. I'm glad we all grew that shit.
Yeah.
Because pretty much every album we released, one of us.
So every album, every project, at some point, somebody went to jail. Either during the process of it,
or as soon as we started pumping it.
As soon as we started pumping it, doing shows, it was a kink in the armor. You know what
every
I mean?
time.
Every time somebody went to jail.
Yeah. And then the honest, me and this cat sort of always been like a backbone situation in it, especially when it came to the label side of it. You know what I'm saying? When we was younger, he was definitely more the business side.
Yeah.
He helped, because like I say, we was kids, fam, running. Man, Nashville is a special place. Honorable mention to all the young cats here that was 16, 17, 18, and 19 and had the city rocking like they were grown ass men. They don't talk about us like they should. For real. I know it's other cities probably that's got their little legends and shit, but here you can name a lot of them. We ain't gonna shoot no names.
We was doing a lot of stuff, man. We was getting in a lot of studios, you know what I mean, early in life. You know what I mean? Like,
and really it wasn't even the studio. Listen, the music was okay.
Yeah, the music
when we was younger. See, we making great music now when we gonna show them. Back then, the music was okay. They really vibed with us because they really knew us, and we was talking that talk for them, so they vibed with us. That's what it was. It was because they knew it wasn't a fake bone in it.
Well, we was back then we was really in them streets.
And they related to it.
And they related to it.
So you said the music was okay back then. It's great now. And I was lucky enough to sit in on a little bit of a session, listen to you guys play some records for me. Yeah. And you ain't lying, bro. Like, you guys got some real heat. You know what I'm saying? Like some heavy hitters. And one of the first joints that are coming off out as your first single is Jimmy Butler. Yeah, right?
Good old JB.
So what, like Jimmy Butler, like what's the one thing that hip hop is missing right now is concepts, right? There's not a lot of conceptual records, right? There's not a lot of people are putting thought into records. So Jimmy Butler, I mean, that sounds like there's a concept behind it. Can you break it down?
All right. Well, let's first off shout out to Jimmy Butler.
Yeah, we Jimmy Butler fans.
We Jimmy Butler fans. I like his whole story. He came from the bottom, you know what I mean, and worked his way up. Yeah. But,
and we know Jordan his real daddy, man. We support you, homie. We support you.
Okay, so for the viewers that may not be familiar with who Jimmy Butler is, break it down real quick. Because there might be someone out here watching this that they're like, who the hell is Jimmy Butler?
All right, Jimmy Butler was a young man, got kicked out of his house early, grew up with somebody else, went to Marquette College. You know what I mean? Not a famous basketball school. Jumped out of Marquette, went to the NBA, you know what I mean, played for Chicago, Minnesota, Philadelphia, a couple of other places, but then he hit Miami.
Landed in the heat.
Yeah, then he hit Miami and he been doing his thing. You know what I mean?
Turned the oven up as soon as he got there.
He been breaking the heat, and then, you know, he a real shooter on the court, you know what I mean?
Shooter.
Jimmy Butler, a shooter, you know, that's kind of the song, you know, Jimmy Butler. Jimmy Butler could be one or two things. You know what I mean? First of all, you could be riding around, say like I'm riding around with Smoot.
Yeah.
Smooth could be my shooter. He just might be
riding around with his shooter.
You see what I'm saying? Yeah. Smooth's my shooter. This is my Jimmy Butler.
Got you.
Or if you by yourself, if you just so happen to be alone, but you're not alone, and you got your best friend with you, you got Jimmy with you. You know what I'm talking about?
That's Jimmy Butler.
I mean, you know, it's a constitutional right to have your Jimmy Butler. It's nothing to hide. Everybody ride with them Jimmy Butler.
And we got to stop doing hip hop cats like that. I guess because we're a little too brown. But everybody got them Jimmy Butlers now, fam. Everybody. All you got to do is go to the gun store and see who buying them. Jimmy's riding with everybody, and they keep that shooter with them. So everybody getting permits now. Everybody tooled up, man. So it's really just a fun song.
You don't even need a permit.
Yeah. So it's really just a fun song, man. It's, hey, man, ride this summer, bang the song, man. Have fun. Keep that Jimmy on you, man, because they wilding out here. Save yourself. Don't look for help. Yeah.
So what was it like getting together and creating Jimmy Butler?
Man, it was dope. It was our first time back in the studio. Shout out to Real, because he was actually there that night.
Yes, sir. And it was his birthday.
Yeah, it was my cake day. We flipping through the beats, you know, and, you know, before when we was doing everything, you know, I was always the rookie. So, you know, I really wanted to be the one to jump out first with the first song, you know what I mean?
I be talking shit to him about helping me write these choruses. I used to be on it. I ain't got to now, though. Yeah. Like, for real. When we was back in the day, I used to write a lot of the choruses. Like, that part was just, fell on me a lot. I still gets it in, you'll notice. But, so, This man decided that when we went back into the studio this time, he was gonna surprise me and start slapping them slappers down.
Caught a beat, man, and then had that and then I was like, oh, right with the Jimmy Butler, and next thing you know, it was done.
Off and running.
Yeah, it was off and running.
Yeah.
So who's all involved team wise to help you get Jimmy Butler out?
Man, shout out to everybody that's helped so far. Shout out to Fizz. Fizz actually made the beat.
Yeah. Okay. Straight Raw
Productions. And then we re-recorded it at Tim's.
Shout out to Tim
Hill Rhythm Chamber Studio.
Yep.
He's always on the team.
Family.
I feel comfortable mostly recording with Tim. You know what I mean? So if some work's gonna be done, Tim's gonna be involved. You know what I mean? Shout out Cairo Egg, Tony Delano, all that artwork come from him mostly. You know what I mean? And then he just stay behind us, man. He always giving us good advice, you know what I mean? And then shout out to you, sir. Shout out
El
to
Cappo.
Shout
out to El Cappo, yeah.
So, you know what I mean?
And for introducing us to the man himself, Steven, that's always filming everything for us. Now, Mr. High Def himself, man. So just mad respect to those that still fuck with us the long way, man.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. That's what's up. Okay, so single out, right? What's the next move, man? What's up for No Joke now?
Well, immediately we already getting ready to jump into film and video too. We just got finished filming the Jimmy Butler and everything for that to get ready to be released. While we getting ready to release that, we already on the film and video too called Did You Love Me? Which goes on to the subject we were just talking about, basically, when I had the whatever I might have been in, the Benz, the Lexus, or whatever. I know you might have loved me when we had that up feeling for you.
Do you love me now?
But did you love me when, everything goes south and I got to build it over again? Did you love me when you ain't think the foundation was going to have sewage and piping again? Yeah.
Did you love me when it was real rocky? Everything was messed up. You know what I mean?
So,
okay.
Yeah.
That's what's up. So, hey, all this content coming, you guys are planning to keep it moving, but what do you guys have in mind to continuously stay relevant? It's a fast moving pace game now. Like everything's so quick. What do you guys have in mind, man?
No sleep.
No sleep. We gotta stay in that face.
Back to back to back. That's the same answer. Right after I say we get ready to drop that, we'll be dropping the next one and the next one and the next one.
Heavy, man. I want them to see me everywhere. Yeah.
Listen, we ducked for a little while. Stand up now. They gotta see us.
Yeah, they gotta deal with us.
Yeah.
So you say you guys are gonna continuously drop, and word on the street behind the scenes is there's some unreleased music on a secret hard drive hidden somewhere in a vault.
Okay.
What's up with that?
Let's go back to this jail thing. So the last run, we was doing a lot of shows. And we was actually getting a strong buzz in the city. So we was creating a lot, but my mom passed. And man, I was in these streets wilding. I mean wilding, like just for no reason wilding.
Person that didn't care if they was gonna be here to see us tomorrow, sir.
Yeah. So
especially now when it came to freedom.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Actually, one night on the way to the studio.
On the way back to the studio.
I guess I was at the studio and left there. And on the way back to the studio, it went all the way back.
Yeah.
And I had to go. God set me down. He was like, man, you wilding out too much. I'm gonna let you think about yourself
for a while.
You know what I mean? And in that point, all that music, and then when the other guys was going to jail, we were still making music.
So we got.
So it's just all sitting there, but the thing is, we keep evolving, we keep getting better.
So we never go back and release something afterwards. So it's just when we make it to what we make it, it might leak one day, and it'll just be for people to hear what we used to do. Because one thing we believe in, like I said earlier, is evolution.
Right.
Every single project we've ever done been better than the last one.
Now, at some point, we might go review some songs and be like,
and give you an updated, fresh version of a song you never knew existed.
Exactly.
See, and we'll be the only people to know. But as far as going back and trying to release it, bro, man, we better every day. Like, listen, I don't care what they think about what our ages might be. But when we show them how fast we evolve, they'll realize we must still be young.
I like that. So you say you don't care about what they think as far as age wise goes, but what about content wise? Like, what do you say to the people that think trap music is too violent, or promotes drug use or the selling of drugs? Like, how do you feel about that?
This is the way I see it. Violence is promoted every day. It did. It's in the news every day. Every time news come on, what 4, 5, 6, 10. Yeah, but it's on all day, and all you hear is violence. You know what I mean? So it's okay when they tell it, but then when I get in a booth and tell it it's not hip hop news, is it not? You know what
Yeah, I mean, I see it that way.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
So why would they have a problem with that?
I feel like we're trying to beat our people down with this stereotypical shit. That's all it is. All the movies are violent. I love violent movies. I watch plenty of them. I don't run outside and shoot nobody. I don't think I'm James Bond or none of them motherfuckers. Matt Damon, none of that shit. But I watch all the violence. It's cool.
Yeah.
So let us express what we're gonna express. You know what I'm saying?
Speech, right?
And we got the right to be multifaceted. You know, I got more than one personality. You know what I'm saying? I live more than one life this life. I'm sure we all have. Just because you don't realize you done live more than one life don't mean I don't realize I have. You know, we on different mental levels, I guess, because I was young and a fool and I'm old and wise now, if I want to call it. So I got the right to talk about every part of my life. All of it.
Yeah.
Listen, if you don't know the story already, then I got to tell you. So just listen until you catch up to the part you like.
That's it, right? That's it. So you guys have been working together continuously, right? Who's some people that you would like to collaborate that maybe you haven't collaborated with?
Man, the list goes on for me. You know what I mean? Moneybag. I like Moneybag, man. I like shout out Moneybag. You know what I mean? I like Moneybag. Boosie be wildin'. You know what I mean? I like Boosie. You know what I mean? I could work with damn near anybody. I mean, a lot of people hot right now. Emory James. I got to ride with Emory James. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Shoot. Want to work with? Because between the two of us, we got a weird list of a whole bunch of people we don't work with, if you add it together. He got a nice little list. But on want to, shoot. See, I haven't worked with Buck, but he has.
Okay.
I do something with Buck. You know what I'm saying? But if we doing the group thing, then sort of he already has. So, well, I'll tell you what I jumped to, Buster. Let's just go wild out and go to who I really want to work with. I want to get on the song with Buster and let him make me melt my brain trying to keep up with him.
That's crazy.
That's what I want to do. I want,
Yeah, if we going like that, we going old school like that. Then,
old school?
He's old school like
Buster,
that.
he said that. Hey,
what I'm saying though,
what did Buster just say? We have to bridge that gap between
So look, but yeah, if we doing it like that though, I do got to put in Snoop and E Feezy. You know what I mean? Yeah.
Damn.
I feel that.
All on both on one record?
That would be dope.
That'd be nasty.
and then, like, of course, 50. Just on business principles.
You just named 50's tour. That's 50 on tour right now with Buster.
Well, then I need to be on it with him then.
And last but not least, my idol, because, Master P.
Yeah, P.
I gotta rock with P.
And just on business too, man.
I gotta rock with P.
He don't get the respect.
I grew up on P.
So you mentioned some Nashville artists. You mentioned some older artists, some younger artists. Out of that, go ahead. What?
Little Baby. Honorable mention for real.
Okay.
Little Baby's getting it the fuck in, man. Listen, I don't vibe
with. And if we're doing babies, I'm the baby. I rock.
Same song, Little Baby, No Baby. Yeah, let's knock it out.
Yeah.
So with mentioning the younger generation, what do you guys feel like you are bringing to the game that's missing right now?
No joke. Hustle. The guy don't got hustle. The guy don't got no joke.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? At all. You know what I mean? I feel like we're doing something different. Like, I feel like it's a little bit of both. It's a little bit, some cats, a little older might feel, but then the younger cats might feel too. It's, trying to bridge the gap.
And no disrespect to nobody, but I know for sure what we're going to bring back to it is just some real nice vibe, real rap. Like, originality. Rap used to be all about originality. You could not just go do exactly what the next man was doing and actually get some fans. That shit is still disrespectful to me. It's not. I know now they like to tell each other they kids and shit like that, man. But that shit don't amuse me, fam. If a man actually steal your flow and steal your rhythm, to me it'll always be a little tainted.
Yeah.
You gotta have some originality. You can't try to sound just like this man. At least you're gonna auto tune your voice to sound just like him too, and then you're gonna pretend that you're better than him. That's wild to me. So what we're gonna bring back is originality. We sound like No Joke. When you hear every song, it's gonna be like, oh, that's some No Joke motherfuckers again, huh? I fuck with that one, or you don't fuck with that one. Like I say, nobody has everybody like every song. So all we want is you to keep on listening. Just give it a second.
Yeah.
And we gonna love the fuck out of one of these songs. And then 2, and then 3, and then 4, until you No Joke fanning.
Yeah.
Because you could be No Joke too.
Okay, so you guys seem to have a lot of knowledge, right? You've gained a lot of knowledge over the years, learned a lot. But what do you feel like stopped you from making it or reaching that peak of success? You know what I'm saying? Like, what stopped you from making it to the top, man?
The exact same reason. It's gonna go the opposite direction this time, man. Focus. We was never really focused on the business side of things.
And maybe if we was focused, it wouldn't have been so many
it wouldn't
vacations.
It wouldn't have been the hiccups. The hiccups wouldn't have happened.
That's what you call them?
Yeah, that's what they are. They get long sometimes.
They get long sometimes.
Vacation to me is like the beach, Hawaii. You know what I'm saying?
It's sun and sand.
It's pleasurable vacations, business vacations, and then solitude vacations.
Got you. So do you feel like, the business side of it, you may be focusing on that a little bit more?
Not a little bit more.
Okay.
Look, we have, you have to take the hit in the mirror and hit yourself in the jaw sometimes.
Okay.
We was never officially on our business before. All of them waves that people saw us having and shit, bro, the business side was never all the way proper because we was always too focused on something else, man.
Yeah.
That's why it never clicked. And then we was busy taking vacations.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Well, self-awareness is key. You know what I'm saying? For you guys to
it's
be,
key. You know what I'm saying? Knowledge is just knowing some shit. Wisdom is applying the shit. So you can know a whole bunch of shit and still be a dumbass. So until you get to applying it, it don't mean shit. So we in application mode.
Let's say that one more time. I like that shit.
Knowledge is knowing something. Wisdom is applying it.
I love that.
So you can know a whole bunch of shit and still be a dumbass until you apply it. That's just period. So we're just in application mode for the very first time when it comes to the label side of things, man. We bullshitted. It was a lot of times we was in some real wild positions, bro. And like I say, we never just turned our back on whatever else and focused on that. It was never laser-sided on building this. And now you get to an age you stop thinking about yourself, right? For whatever reasons. And some people do it a little younger. I guess it comes with your upbringing. But we come from motherfuckers that ain't have shit. They was workers. I got no disrespect for a worker. I'm still a worker myself. I work. I do a lot of different things. We all chase this bread in different ways. And a lot of it includes working. So no disrespect for that, but that's not how you build generational wealth. You're not going to work your ass into taking care of your great-great-grandkids. That's just not how it works. When you working your ass off, you working your ass off for somebody else.
Once you die, that check's
so
gone.
to be the generations in your family that's got to switch from sort of that worker-slave mentality to that boss-ass, we're going to run some mentality, you make some bad decisions along the way trying to figure out how you're going to put that together because it ain't a lot of opportunities to be a boss in this world. It's better now.
At 18 years old.
Especially when you start soon as.
You don't got no OGs. Nobody telling you nothing. You just learning along the way.
Okay, so that's something that I wanted to tap into because you were saying you guys, one of the reasons you guys didn't get where you could have been was the business side of it. But do you feel like the Nashville scene has played a role in maybe, a lot of artists haven't seen the success. So, do you feel like the majority of artists in Nashville aren't business minded, or do you feel like it's something within the Nashville scene that's giving us that ceiling?
Two things. One, absolutely. You know what I'm saying? With mad disrespect to us all, we are not on our business the way we should be. So we getting ready to the whole point we doing the label. The label ain't just for us either.
Right.
Like the group, first of all, the only reason we doing the group thing, because you have to show somebody the yellow brick road before they'll follow you down it.
That's real.
So all of this bullshit we talking, everything that we plan on building, it don't mean a thing and it don't move a thing until the momentum start moving with it.
Exactly.
So we getting ready to show with the group thing and what we bringing behind the group thing that we can build a wave. Period. That's all it's for. That's why you don't hear us talking about, oh, we get to drop an album. They don't want an album. What they want an album from us for? We got to reintroduce ourselves first, and the only way to reintroduce yourself to this world is drop something hot. Because corny gets ignored.
And then once you drop something high, you got to keep
going. And then you got to do it again.
And again.
And then you got to do it again. And then you got to do it again. And then you still, once the wave start, you still can't pretend you somebody because you still ain't got no money yet because the beginning of the wave is not where the motherfucking money comes. It's the middle of the wave when that bitch get high. Yeah. So we getting ready to build this wave in front of the world. That's why we doing this. Because we're going to tell you what we're going to do. And then we're going to do it. And you can call us prophets later.
So you're saying that's pretty much that's the plans for
it's the label.
For the label.
It's the label.
No
and
joke.
the label ain't just for us. Man, listen. Everybody out here need to be figuring out how they gonna get some generational wealth for their own families. And one thing they'll teach you, like in them books like Think and Grow Rich and all of that shit, that you gotta look down at your own feet and see what's around you. And start right there instead of looking out trying to find the shit that's gonna get you rich. You gotta start here by serving. We're gonna build something to serve people. We're going to build something that's going to feed people. We're going to build something where a man can bring his... You know, like if you play basketball, it's a good chance you're going to teach your son the moves so he can go to the NBA too.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
We're teaching the moves.
We're going to make some steps.
I like it.
And put some footprint behind us. For the whole city, though. Now, here go the other part where you asked about what's wrong with the city. We do not work together here. All chiefs know Indians. Okay. Yeah, they got a little bit more time to act like that. And I hope they do. Message to all the other labels. No offense, no disrespect. But if y'all gonna hold the keys to the city, y'all supposed to open the door way more than you open it. Y'all tripping out here. Y'all keeping all the bread for yourself. Y'all wilding out. So if y'all let us get in position before y'all start acting cooler, you ain't gonna have no artists. We gonna break bread.
Okay.
Like we trying to make everybody get some bread. That's the way it's supposed to be, fam. Like it's living too expensive out here for us to be acting greedy out here, man. You supposed to be helping your people. You know what I'm saying? You supposed to be helping your people. See that wisdom part. You can't build nothing by yourself. So the first thing you gotta do is get the bread and break the bread. And then it'll keep breaking until it gets you big. Yeah.
That's it. Strength in numbers.
So the label, like I say, the label about movement, label about who working. Man, in the city, as soon as we get our foot in the door, we trying to get it at, mess around, get this distribution deal, because that's what it's all about. We don't want no record deals, people, so don't call us for those. That's the group is the group, and the group is under No Joke Records, so you can't get the group. But the label, once we show you that we can make some moves, you can get the label under that distribution deal, so you can give us a key.
Got you.
And we're going to bring everybody. Everybody going to make bread. It's going to go up and down.
It did. The city and everywhere else will be No Joke.
Yeah, because we're going to break bread. Them contracts ain't going to be the same ones they doing y'all like now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No 360s.
Just be talented, man. See, that's what we need now. Yeah. If you see us and you want to fool with us, come with some talent. If you ain't got no talent, stay where you at. We're working too hard.
So who's all on the label now?
Look, with that, we got a couple of guys we just, we just rocking with.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, we're gonna be doing some stuff.
Like I said earlier, just as you see the music start coming out, we work with who's working. And it's not the music. We got a couple songs just gonna be me and him, but we got plenty of songs where it ain't just me and him. So, so just think about how Tupac built the Outlaws and just watch us do it.
All right.
Yeah.
All right. So you guys seem to be on the same page now, right? But you guys did have a falling out,
too.
a while back. You know what I'm saying? Like
over life,
Yeah. So I mean, can you guys speak on a little bit what it took to, iron that whole situation out and come back together and get back on the same page?
Real conversations. Listen, like I said earlier, just joking around, man. Street cats don't have no tolerance and no understanding. We don't understand the goddamn thing, and we should. We got to get a little bit more understanding with whoever. You know what I'm saying? So, we had 2 fallings outs. This shit is some of the reasons that the label didn't push as good as they was too, cause we took years off from. We took years off from really fooling each other a couple different times. All dumbass street shit and all misunderstandings. Not really misunderstandings. It turns out, and maybe a motherfucker will learn a lesson from these 2 little stupid ass stories we get to tell you. Because maybe you'll learn, and maybe it's never happened to you, and maybe it's good, but maybe you should know that it does happen so you can watch out for it. But it turns out, if you got a little movement, if you got a little power, if you got a little wave of anything out here, and it's not just you.
Some people gonna try to.
You got a group
to mess that up.
Somebody don't want to see that group getting it together. See, because it's strength in numbers because people do different things. You know what I'm saying? If you build an army, you got some real snipers. You got some gutter guys that's gonna run in with the knives and grenades and hand combat. You got different things. You got a guy that need a tank. He can't do nothing outside the tank. So what they'll do is they're gonna find that chink. So somewhere along the way they're gonna tear it apart. So they got us pretty good, man. You know what I'm saying? And it took us getting old enough or whatever, enough time passed enough, but we ain't old. But it took us letting enough time pass to really have conversation, communication with the world, to realize that we just had a lot more snakes in the grass around us, and the whispering was serious, fam. So I started with the one where, you know, you was offended, but I was offended first, and then I let. So, I was incarcerated. Incarceration has a lot to do with these dumb ass stories too. So, I was incarcerated, and I had a guy that I had under my wing, like my little brother. We're not gonna mention names today, right? Yeah. So, I had a guy that I had under my wing, like my little brother. That him and L got into it while I was incarcerated, and he was seriously nervous about the situation. So instead of sending me the kite to tell me what was going on so I could address it appropriately, he was just out here using my name like he had my official word on that. And he had L thinking I was going to kill him when I came home.
And see, the homie was official, like, when the no joke stuff started,
he was around,
official, you know.
And I brought him in.
And they was always together. So, you know, when he said it, you know, I was like, oh.
Yeah, he was.
So that's what it is. You know what I mean? So,
and totally took all the info. He disappeared in the conversation, of course, because everybody knew what I was on back then.
So
and I don't even know nothing's going on at the time.
When I feel like it was that, then of course you know
nobody wants to die. Yeah. So sharks in the water, and it was, you know, strange when I came home. You know what I'm saying? Like for real. But it was strange when I came home. You know what I'm saying? And I'm retarded. So all of that. Now this how you know we're real brothers. We work past that.
Yeah, we work past it.
Yeah, we work past that. We work past that without even actually. I still didn't know that my that little dude had did that. We worked past that and was fooling with each other before we even talked. And I knew that little dude had did that. We still had worked past that. I wouldn't have never known the little dude still did that today if we hadn't have worked past it so we could talk.
Yeah, we worked past it and was actually doing shows in the city.
That was another wave. We was back at it. And then he went to jail.
Yeah, my mom passed. The whole story about my mom passing and me wilding out. So we're doing a lot of shows, and you know we're starting to build a wave. You know what I mean? But at the same time, you know what I mean, I was not giving a damn.
Not giving a damn.
So you know, I had to go sit down or whatever. But when I sit down, you know, people start.
Okay, let me jump in for just a second. So premise to the city. Me and L used to be of a particular sort that definitely used to sleep with niggas' girlfriends. we had a problem, and it was me at the time. No, I was wilding out, and I had like 5 or 6 different cats in the city that really wanted to kill me over some shit, but they really didn't want to do it themselves. And then I had one particular cat that I've actually had to apologize in life, but this was back when I was going on, and I basically just used to not bully him because he ain't no hoe, but I was very, very aggressive to him all the time. and he sort of looked up to us, and they used to fuck him up. You know what I'm saying? Like for real.
Yeah.
Anyway, so because I was an asshole in all directions, it was some motherfuckers out here that I wasn't really gonna bump me into me theyself, but was quietly moving shit behind the scenes to see what they could do to get me the fuck up out of here.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
when I went and had to sit down or whatever, they went to these guys or whatever, I guess, and told them that I wasn't
That he
being
was
of street caliber.
man.
You know what I mean?
That he was just.
I was a canary or so.
Like just a courtroom stenographer, but just typing everything, man. And
so I'm like, what?
And they even listen. I still to this day ain't quite figured out exactly how they did this shit, but they even had some old weak ass fake shit floating around on the internet. I'm talking about that. All right, and it was directed at me. Everybody sort of knew how I was back then. Man, you could have been my mama if I thought that you was talking to people about other people's business. I was gonna stop talking to you. I ain't give a damn. So
I come home, you know what I mean? As soon as I get home, I'm gonna move around. I'm gonna see what's going down, you know what I mean? And people pulling up to me like, man, your homies, your people.
Say they ain't fucking with you like that no more.
They ain't fucking with you. Actually, they talking about you, talking about me. My people.
What
no
people?
joke boys.
Yeah.
What? No joke? Yeah, them no joke cats. They they saying you out here talking, man. I said, what? I was like, man, look, where the paperwork? See, let me see the paperwork. You know what I mean? Because I ain't seen it still to this day. You know what I mean? But
and they ain't never produced nothing, bro. It was they wanted me and this cat to kill each other. They like it could have went super horrible when he came home, man. Like for real. And I was like I say, you know, back then it was different. You know what I'm saying? It was a different lifestyle. So we was definitely. And then come to find out, it was all just, all of it.
Yeah.
I was never in my life have I thought about doing something to
this each other, it was because somebody else was saying something.
Was slide, and it was close as fuck
it did with
to home.
With the gaps in between us, you know, him going, having to sit down, me having to sit down, the real having to sit down. You
with
know
no communication.
With no communication whatsoever.
It took us
years.
Just decided. I'm gonna take the credit.
It don't make no difference.
Yeah, man. Listen, I just, you know, like I say, I've done a lot of different music and shit, and a lot of different things with a lot of different people. That's my brother. So eventually, I was just like, I should be doing this shit with my brother. And then once I reached out, you know how life is. Shit just click back together, and then you're in the middle of all types of shit instead of just what you were supposed to be doing.
Right.
But you know what I'm saying? And then the conversations come, and it's like, yeah, nigga, I can't believe you was gonna do that to me over motherfucking your little, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, hold up, I was gonna do what?
Yeah.
I said, so that's why you was acting like that when I came home?
Yeah.
They told you I was gonna do something to you. Nah, fam, never.
Yeah.
Never.
And it I think if it wasn't for the respect of each other, because we was on, you know, thin ice with each other, you know what I mean? We was about ready to get it.
But we never took it all the way.
Because of the respect for each other, I don't think we ever went there. We never really dressed each other on it.
And we never will let nobody else do nothing to each other.
It's just when we was around each other, close around each other, I'm looking at him like, what you finna do?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
It was a little funny.
I'm ready for you. I never
and
vice versa.
I never forget the time you told me when you pulled up on me when I first came home. And I was smiling. I'm smiling because I'm happy to see him. I'm like, fuck. It's goddamn hustle.
Yeah, he just touched down. Don't pull it up.
And I'm forgetting that I ain't used to smile that much. Like, for real, when I was young, I didn't smile. The only time I smiled was...
when it was a problem.
So you thought something weird.
And he ain't knowing how to change a little, like, you know what I'm saying? And then growing up and shit, I actually can smile now, motherfucker, I'm okay. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, so he see me smiling.
Yeah, I pulled up, he's smiling.
He's old shit. Conversation was short, motherfucker. So we finally got to talk about all this shit, and we reacted just like we reacted now. We laughed like a motherfucker. And listen to all the people hearing this, and you know who you are, and it's making you feel a little nervous inside. We're not even mad because it's cool. Like you're totally good, man. You ain't got no problems with us. We think that shit funny as fuck. Now we learned a lesson, man. That's all. So I didn't know people was that much of fucked up people. I mean, I know motherfucker a lot, but to just turn like brothers against each other if they could, that's some weird shit to me. So now we just know better. And it's, oh man, I wouldn't try it again.
Yeah.
Nah, it's
No,
not
I wouldn't
happening.
try it again. That'll be
It's not happening.
that's
again.
definitely
Everything's-
shark water.
Yeah,
That's
everything's
beautiful.
hood
Yeah.
now. It's not happening. No
Yeah,
more.
but that blows my mind that you're like about to get into it, and they're
Fam.
like, yeah, we get. Well, why'd you do that, bro? He was smiling at me. Dog.
He was smiling at me.
What?
Like
Nah,
this-
he was smiling
the
too hard,
conversation was
homie.
so
That
short.
shit was
He
weird,
he was like,
dog.
oh, we talked. He was like, I knew it was geared to go down. I was like, nah, nigga, I smile now, motherfucker.
That's what's up.
Yeah.
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 All right. Well, that's it, man.